What's up, YouTubers, and welcome to today's DRZ Productions video. So what we're going to discuss today, as you can already see, plate carriers.
For this video, the main thing we're going to be talking about are light plate carriers and heavy plate carriers. Uses, what we prefer, and why we prefer it.
So yeah, as you can see here, each of us three have our own personal plate carrier setups. In this video, we're going to go over why we prefer, how we set up our plate carriers, and the different things, attachments, pouches, miscellaneous gear, everything you see on the plate carriers. We're going to go over them and why we have them set up personally for our own plate carrier setups.
This is the Tactical Wizard, and for right now, in Airsoft, who needs one of these? Only fake LARPers wear these and non-duty prisoners, when you can be wearing one of these. The strictest, most freaking badass, coolest.
Hey everybody, this is Dougie, Dougie 2.0 for all you gun gamers out there, because y'all killed the first one. Basically, my setup, I actually no longer run a Emerson gear JPC. I run this Condor MOP-C. It's a bit bigger of a plate carrier. I find it to be a little bit more comfortable, a little more side protection. But I'm going to jump right in and show you what I put on it. On the front, up here, I have three double stacked M4 mag pouches. Basically, this allows me to hold 6 M4 magazines for either my Crytek Alpha CRB or my G&G Scar. Jumping onto the side, I run a grenade pouch for my Mad Bull fragmental grenade. Basically, it's just a grenade that shoots powder. It's really not useful for anything. I also run on my side combat knife. You never know when you're going to have to cut something down. On my right side, I run an admin. Basically, this admin pouch, or general purpose pouch, I just keep some basic med kit stuff in there. You never know when somebody's going to get injured on the field. I've had it happen where I've actually had to tape somebody's thumb up because they cut it on their pistol slide. On the opposite side, I run an admin pouch. Basically, there's nothing in it right now, but this is where I would store my pens, pencils, maps, markers, Sharpies, whatever needs to go in there for me for the day to know where I'm going, that's where it's going to be. I run my Army issued IFAK on the side, and just personal preference, I always keep it on me. On the inside, I run my Emerson Gear Embedder pouch for my Baofeng radio. Jumping to the back, I run a Condor 3-liter hydration bladder, which I run the tube from the back to the front and hold it with a carabiner. So general purpose, the MOP-C plate carrier is more of a contractor plate carrier. It is not essentially used by the military itself. The military issues their IOTVs and their KDH system plate carriers. They're a little more extensive and more general purpose for the use of the Army. Using this one though, it is Army acceptable. I've seen it, witnessed it. These plate carriers are a little bit different than the JPC type plate carriers. They're not made for the Special Forces community. Basically, these are heavier due to the fact they hold side plates. These have a cummerbund that is a full seal, meaning it will hold your SAPI plates that are built for your side carriers. These also hold bigger SAPI plates compared to your JPCs. The JPC is meant to be a minimal plate carrier. It is meant to be as light as possible for any operator or operation system to be very quick and very light and very easy. This is meant to be heavy for any of those long duration missions. I run a backpack with it. It's not as user friendly because it is bulkier. On the back of this plate carrier, I run this hydration bladder, which gets in the way of a backpack at times, but it being MOLLE allows me to remove it and wear a backpack if needed. I actually don't run shoulder pads. I run pistol mag pouches instead, and I have them up here in case I need to access flashlight or whatever it may be. I don't actually run a sidearm in Airsoft anymore. I found it to be too, gets in the way. What shit is this? So
Take those!
So these are essentially the shoulder pads that would go on the Condor MOP-C plate carrier.
I stole them.
That's right. Nathan did steal them. He runs them on his own JPC. Yes, this was formerly Nathan's plate carrier that I have stolen off of him. I also run a Condor 1-point sling. Also touching up on what Nathan has said, I prefer a 1-point sling not only because it reduces the irritation of a 2-point on my neck, I find it to be more comfortable because I can sling my rifle to one side of my body. And that about wraps up everything that I have to talk about this plate carrier. This is my plate carrier on me, the Condor MOP-C. And as you can see, it's a pretty bulky plate carrier. It's not anything as slim as a JPC. The sides are pretty bulky, the front's pretty bulky. Hell, even the shoulder straps are pretty bulky. But just to give you guys an image, this is what it's like with a rifle. Having this rifle on with my 1-point sling actually does weigh it out heavily in the front. Attaching a rifle at any point into this setup actually makes you want to fall forward a little bit. And that's okay. It's part of a plate carrier. And you will get it with any plate carrier. Now, running any of these type of firearms with this type of plate carrier is okay. Doesn't matter the type of plate carrier you run with a firearm. I could run this with a 249 if you wanted. Even with a 249, it's not that bad. Now for the all-extensive purposes of this video, we're going to jump back to the MK18. Alright, we're back to the MK18. Now with this, I'm going to show you, or any viewers, why I like using the double stack magazines over any single stack. So running a double stack, it allows me to not only just be able to quickly shove through mags as quick as possible, I can run as many as need be through this entire gun without having any issues until, of course, I run out on the last double stack. Another option is running more mags on the side. With this type of plate carrier, you can run mags all over the place. Don't recommend it though. Try it. It doesn't work out well. Now, we're going to jump into Nate's build.
Alright, so for my personal plate carrier build, I personally use a Emerson JPC. Emerson Tactical makes this JPC. I got it for about, I think, $65, but basically from there I went and built this beautiful JPC plate carrier setup. JPC stands for Jumpable Plate Carrier. It's very thin, and the reason why it's so thin is because it was made for jumpable use. It was intended for special forces use to be worn while jumping out of aircraft or rappelling out of helicopters. So it's kind of basically, it's like a normal plate carrier, but it's cut down a little bit in terms of size. So because of that, things you're going to run into with plate carriers, such as the JPC, you're going to have less padding on the inside, and you're going to have less protection on the outsides of the plate carrier. However, with my JPC, it's a little bit bulkier. And the reason why that is because, well, we're Airsofters. We're not special forces. We set up our plate carriers for whatever we're doing on the field. So as you can see, I got a plethora of just random junk on this plate carrier. Pouches for my Vector. One of my main primary guns I run is the Vector. So I have insert mag pouches for my Vector. I have 3 Vector mags on the front. I also run an MK18 mod, or Mark 18. So with my Mark 18, I carry 3 M4 high caps on the front. And sometimes I tend to run my SCAR heavy. And because I run my SCAR heavy, I run my SCAR mags on the side. They also offer some nice protection on the side when you're playing BB wars. On the right side, I have my pistol mag pouch, except there's no mag in it right now. And I have a Haley Strategic radio pouch, phone pouch, which actually comes in a lot of handy for finding a place to put your phone, or if you're running radios or communication headsets. Great place to put a radio, easy access, take it out, change channels, very simple. On the top here, this mess of wires, you're probably wondering what all this stuff is. I have 2 push-to-talk buttons here, PTTs. One of them is for a Midland radio, and the other one is actually for my phone. The phone one is so that I can listen to music while I'm playing. Midland is for my Midland radio when I play with my team. I run a 1-point sling. 1-point slings I find very nice for me because I sling it through the shoulder pads. And the reason I do this is instead of a 2-point that may brush up and cause irritation on the side of your neck, putting the 1-point sling through your shoulder pads and then held in place with a carabiner keeps it from basically irritating anywhere around your neck area. and it also balances out your plate carrier when you're running a gun. Also, a good thing about it is because it's a 1-point, it can go from right to left very easily. You can drop your gun and you can go at any time and it will stay right at your side. So you don't need to worry about it hitting you in the dick like most 1-point slings do. The plates I have in here are not real. They are fake medium strike force plates. So normally a lot of people tend to run like a hydro pack on the back or some sort of backpack. However, with mine, I just keep it bare, and the reason why that is oftentimes when I'm going to, events or stuff like that, I like to have a backpack that I can take off and drop and leave behind, because oftentimes, if I need to run fast, that backpack's going to slow me down. So especially for places like RCA, our local field, I keep it bare so I can run a backpack, bring it to the field, and then leave the backpack at, our staging area, and then take it off and I can just go on the field and run. A lot less weight I have to worry about taking care of. So most of the pouches you see on this plate carrier are Condor. I know a lot of people, they don't have really good feelings about Condor pouches. However, Condor is a great brand for me. I've had these pouches for like 5 years now and none of them have ever failed on me. So yeah, that just about covers my personal plate carrier. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like when I'm wearing it, how comfortable it is, and how it can be accessed when I'm carrying my Crytek Crisp Vector. Alright guys, as you can see, mine is very lightweight. I do this on purpose because, well, 1, I'm a skinny, scrawny guy, and 2, I like to go fast. I learned that when I play Airsoft, especially any type of game mode, the faster you are, the better you are. The faster you get to the objective, the faster you win the game. So I keep my JPC nice and light. However, since I tend to switch a lot between 3 different guns, I have 3 different gun mag choices on my plate carrier. I have Vector mags, M4 mags, and Scar mags. And that's because I'm too lazy to take off mag pouches in between games because I just like to play and go. But I'll show you right now. Vector. See, this is my Vector. Vector's kind of nice because it's such a lightweight SMG. Get right up to my 1-point sling. Sits right there. Quick access. Pretty simple. I find this plate carrier to be very, very useful when using an SMG because it's perfect for indoors, super lightweight. If I need to, I can throw a backpack over it, and offers a lot of nice protection, and it breathes very well. One of the things with this plate carrier I realized, I don't like to have a lot of stuff on the sides of my plate carrier, especially on a JPC. I like to keep it open because, especially on this arm, I usually have my sidearm right here. I want to be able to draw that sidearm as fast as I can and transition as fast as I can. And that's why I keep this section right here completely bare, and I keep my pistol pouch right next to where my sidearm would be. So I'm going to have Dougie come in here to show you the differences between both of these plate carriers.
Yeah, so essentially with the Condor MOP-C or any other type of full body armor plate carrier, you're going to have everything covered from basically your neck down to basically your small intestinal tract. Unlike the JPC here, it only covers your main vitals. Your heart, your lungs, your liver.
There's a lot of open stomach space with a JPC.
On the side of any of these Condor plate carriers or any type of full body armor, the side plates are added in there to actually help prevent any shrapnel or whatever reaching your lungs. In airsoft use, basically it's just extra cover.
However, if you're like me, I don't run side plates because, well, they're hot, they're pointless, and they serve no purpose in airsoft. Unless you want to be one of those Milsim guys that likes to do impression style kits, I don't see any use for them. I like having more room and open stuff on the sides. I know what you're thinking. Why do you have all this shit here? Well, that's just because I like to switch to my Scar every once in a while. And it's easier than having to switch off my, my mag pouches from my Scar. So I just leave them on there. Normally, I keep both sides of my JPC bare though. So, in terms of plate carriers in airsoft, there really is no overall purpose for using them in airsoft. Honestly, airsoft is LARP, it's there to look cool, but they do serve a little bit of protection.
You could also get away, if you wanted to start, we're jumping into airsoft, chest rigs. Chest rigs are another great way to start going. You still get basically the same protection as a plate carrier, like he's touching up on. It's LARPing, it's role playing. You basically just jump into a game for the fun of it. Plate carriers serve real no purpose in airsoft besides looking cool. Chest rigs serve the same purpose.
Also, another good thing you should always touch when it comes to plate carriers, restricting your breathing. It can actually restrict the diaphragm of your breathing, and you'll start running, and pretty soon you'll start feeling lightheaded if it is too tight. So it's always better to wear them a little bit loose. But like James was saying, if you wear a chest rig, you do not run into that issue. A chest rig is loose. It shouldn't be compressing your diaphragm. You can run way faster. So it's all personal preference on what you choose to do. If you want to do a plate carrier where you can carry more ammo, look personally what I think a little bit cooler, and just have a little bit more coverage on you. Or you can do a chest rig, which is lighter. You can run faster. You can breathe better, and you can still carry the same amount of ammo.
Come on. Another key point to talk about when it comes to plate carriers, make sure when you're choosing a plate carrier that is right for you, there are actually many different sizes to plate carriers. There's smalls, larges, mediums, extra larges, built for your body type. You got questions? I'm sure if you email whatever buyer you're buying from, they will send you a sizing chart or they will have one on their website. Myself personally, I'm a medium frame guy. I wear medium frame body armor, plate carriers, whatever. Lauren is small. She'll probably wear a small. She does not have her own plate carrier. She's running one of mine. That just so happens to fit her perfectly.
Also, me and Dougie, sometimes since we're literally the same size, we'll just straight up switch plate carriers.
Dude,
and depending on the event, like, this can fit me, this fits him. If we need to, we'll switch.
There's times during games we've full on just switched carriers and went on.
It's sweaty, but it works.
Sometimes you just gotta get gross with your battle buddy.
Alright guys, so that's it for our plate carrier video today. I hope you learned some things about our own personal plate carrier setups. Maybe we influenced you guys a little bit to do some of your own personal plate carrier stuff. So I can go ahead and I will list actually the prices of each one of these plate carriers, but that's without all the side attachments. Those you're going to have to go out and get yourselves, because honestly, I don't even know how much each one of these cost as is right now with everything on them.
If y'all have any questions, drop a like, leave your comments down below. We'll make sure we answer them in the next video.
And most of all, subscribe to my channel. And see you guys next week for... What are we doing next week? We never know.
We never know. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We'll see you guys next week.